Keychains. I told a friend that I would make a keychain video. This is basswood. It's 1 inch by 1 inch. I got it on Amazon. Just Carve Rob was talking about some basswood that he got on Amazon that he wasn't very happy with it. This is 1 inch by 1 inch square and 6 inches long. This is one that I carved up before. These ones here, I think there was more. This is a pen turning set. They're pen blanks. Like I think this is ebony. So yeah, so if you want to try different types of wood around the world, this is good. These are good to get. It's a little bit wet. That's just water on there. So these ones are like a 3/4 inch square by 5 inches long. Now, I'm not too sure what I'm going to carve. Basswood is easy to carve with the Dremel or the micromotor that we're going to use, but it is fuzzy. You got to think keychain, like how big of a piece does somebody want to have in their pocket when they put the keys in their pocket? I kind of like this size here, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to, after I'm done carving, I got a jeweler saw here. So let's see here. I'm going to slice it down that way so you can carve this point. Let me put the camera in the overhead and we'll talk about that. Now, this is the RAM. I've showed it on a few videos. This is the RAM micro carver. It's the iCube. I'm not sponsored by RAM. I don't get paid to show this. We work together. I love RAM products. This thing spins at 45,000 RPMs. Okay, the Dremel right here. Here's the Dremel. Here's your flex shaft. All right. Now, there's a piece inside this flex shaft that can break. There's no motor in this handpiece. The motor is here. This micro motor, the motor is in the handpiece, so you can't break the flex shaft. So this is for somebody that breaks, this is an opinion for somebody that breaks lots of flex shafts, which I did. Like I'm telling you, I broke like 50 flex shafts for the first couple of years I was doing carving. Now I never break them, and I carve so fast and heavy, because the more that you know the tool, the better that you get. But this can't break. This has, if you put too much force on this, it will automatically shut off so you don't burn out the motor. Now, Ram just sent me a foot pedal. Okay, so this, you don't have to have a foot pedal with this, but this foot pedal is speed control. So it's like on off. When you got this piece in your hand, you don't have to keep on. You can do hand, you see there, hand or foot. Now it's turn to the foot. So if it's on the hand, you got to turn it on, turn it off with your hand. All right, so like that way right there. This spins 45,000 RPMs. It's got a forward and a reverse. It also, if you order this, I think you get the little smaller chuck that's right there too. I don't know what size it is, something. So let me put the camera in the overhead and I'll show you. Watch. I'll do it without my microphone plugged in so you guys, well, it's got speed control. I'm trying to do it with my microphone so you can hear it. So that's that. So if you head over to RAM, okay, RAM, let's get some better lighting here. RAM products, like I said, I don't make any money. This is, I believe this system is $190 American, and the foot pedal is extra. I think you can buy a kit. If you can't, I'm going to talk to them about having a kit for wood carvers. I suggest getting it with the foot pedal, the speed control. It saves you from having to turn it on and off when you're doing your carving. There is a code, I think it's Carving Fusion, you can use to save yourself 10% or 15%. I'm not too sure what it is. You can even email them and talk to them about this. Tell them that you're a friend of Carving Fusion and what the code is for the discount. But if you're good at breaking flex shafts, I really, really, really do suggest using this. You know, I did say on another video too that using this creates less dust. And somebody's like, how? It's impossible for it to create less dust if you're using the exact same bit as the Dremel. Well, actually, my friend, it does create less dust because for me, because when you're carving with this, it spins so much faster than the Dremel. The dust is so much finer. It sucks into my table so much more easier. Yep. So since we're talking about this micro carver right now with the foot pedal, this is called it's called the iCube RAM products. I'll leave a link to it below in the description. I want to show you this handpiece, how easy it is to change the burrs. I'm not too sure what burr I'm going to use on this carving yet, but just all you do is just put your hand here, click it back, pull your burr out. Put your new burr in. I think I found the burr I'm going to use. Put your new burr in, push it in all the way, pull it out just a little bit, lock it up. Boom, you got your burr in there. Why I push it in all the way and pull it out just a little bit, because sometimes these collets inside here get plugged up, or your burr shaft might have gunk on it, and they get stuck in there, and you have to use a wrench or something to get out, or they just won't come out. But if you push it out just a little bit, not too much, because you know these burrs aren't rated to spin 45,000 RPMs. Not that I'm going to run this thing full speed, but if you pull it out just a little bit, it gets plugged up. All you need to do, pretend my hand is the table, right? All you need to do is tap it on the table. It will push at it a little bit. Boom, it will slide right out. There's a Carving Fusion tip of the day. I think we're going to pull out some knives to start this. This is for Amy Jo and her girlfriend Deb, I think it is. Here is the keychain things I got on Amazon. I don't know. I looked for the cheapest ones they had. So they got bigger ones here, smaller ones. They got the little screws here to put in the wood. Well, there's the little links you put on there, and then this and that, and there's the little screws to put in the wood, and you can do whatever you want to do. And yes, Just Carve Rob, I will be sending you some of these so you can start making keychains, because I definitely don't need all of these, because I don't want to start carving a whole bunch of keychains. What, sell them for $5? Keychains are something I'll basically give to friends, but maybe I could do some keychains up, some little things, and then do some thing with the epoxy pour mold shit, and then get some keychains that way. The full length of that basswood. I might as well carve this because, well, that's what I'm going to carve. So I see on lots of my videos, you see here, let's put this line across here. So that point is the best to get your nose to pop off. You can use firewood. It helps when both sides are the same, but you can go to the store, and I know they sell that firewood in the packages. If you can't get wood, buy some firewood, or you can buy this basswood. I'll leave a link to both these things below in Amazon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to carve a face here. You can carve faces on all these points, and blend them all together, but I'm not going to do that. We're going to carve a face on this side, and then like a face here, then a face over here, and then later I can get my little handsaw and slice down here, right? So you got two keychains, and you don't just have to, I don't know, whatever. So where do you want to put your nose? Where do you want to put your forehead? First of all, put our forehead right here. Give this guy a little bit of hair. Boom, boom. You know, I don't want to make it too big. So there's our forehead. Try and draw them on equal for the very beginners. This is a very beginner's video. So I can see that side's bigger than that side. So we'll just kind of make this one a little bit bigger. There. So our eyebrows, I usually have smaller foreheads than bigger foreheads. When you got a big forehead, it looks like a mongoloid. When you got a smaller forehead, it looks like a wood spirit. So I just kind of go like this, like that. So this point will be our center line, right? How long do you want your nose? I always draw it on thicker. This is actually going to be a pretty big keychain. And then our mustache will come down here, and then it will end up down there. So, like the beard will be down here. But I'm not the best at knife carving. I'll say that very clear. I got to wear gloves. I've barely done it, but I got carving knives. Well, yes, I do. Stand by. I'm gonna have a coffee break. Okay, so you can see the nose is on there, pretty good. For the very beginners, it's good that you kind of draw both sides on the same. Same with the eyes. There is a formula for all this stuff, but I just really kind of just do my own thing. Oh yeah, I got to draw one on the backside too, so I'll do that after. So let's show you these knives. This one I just got. This is, I think this was on Amazon. It's sharp, but it's a little bit thick on the back there. Like if you compare it to this flex cut knife, it's a pretty thick knife. And I showed that to Just Carve. Me and Just Carve Rob are good friends. We talk every day. I showed that to Just Carve Rob, and he said it's pretty thick. If you look at the steel compared to that one. So I got a bunch of these flex cut knives. I got that set. I think these are probably the best for the very beginners. This set. I don't know how much it is, but you can see this right here. I don't use these too often, my knives too often, like I said. And then I got a bunch of these. These are chip. What are they called? Chip carving knives. I ordered a bunch of them. They're the Swiss-made ones, but they're super thin. But I ordered them, and then that's when Kevin Sticks and Stones around. He's like, "Jory, those are chip carving knives," but they'll still do the trick. But here's the holy grail of knives. Here is the Just Carve Rob knife. Yep, Rob's selling these knives. I don't know what he's asking for them, but you can email him or Facebook him on Robert Vreeland on Facebook, or leave a comment on one of his videos how to buy one of these knives off him. There he signed it, Robert Vreeland. His email is robertvreeland at gmail.com. So if you want to find out how to get one of these knives, yep, this is custom for me. He made it for me. So I'll be using this one to get going. And I'm not going to do too much carving with this knife. I'm just going to show you how I cut the nose out and cut the thing out and that out. I forget what I paid for this knife, but I think so. Like I probably won't be using this that much. It's not a bad knife. But what I think I'll be doing with this knife, you see how that nose is already popping out just by those little cuts? I've got to put my glove on. But I think with this knife is one video, I'm going to carve an eagle head on the end here, just like a carving fusion thing, and possibly give this away. Send it to one of you subscriber friends. I don't know what type of wood this is. But yeah, maybe I should do that. Just do like a silhouette of it. It can't be like fine and detailed, like with a little tiny beak, but I can make it bulky like a native one, kind of, and give her away. What do you think? Also, if you're going to email Just Carve Rob about this knife, he does make you got to request the case, the knife case handle thing that he makes. Yeah, you got to request that though. It's I believe it is hockey tape or electrical tape with some kind of stuff on it. Yeah, just like that. Anyways. So these are supposedly cut resistant gloves. I don't like, you can buy those cheap ones. I don't like how baggy they fit, so I paid a little bit more money. And they got the rubber thing here. I don't know how cut resistant these gloves are. I just dropped this this knife for all you that don't know. Stropping is this leather. This is a Beavercraft one here. But you just get the stuff, put it on there, that green stuff, and then you should never have to sharpen your knife. This is all you should ever need to do. Stropping it. So, to get that nose to pop off, all you do is just kind of do a cut down. I guess it would be a start cut. And just kind of chip it away. And yeah, this is so quiet. Look, boom. There's that nose is already sticking off. We might as well do the other side. That's it. That's man, this is so quiet compared to Dremel carving. It's kind of eerie. If I wasn't doing this video, I'd have music going. So there's our noses popping off, right? So here's one. Here's the other side. Now all you need to do is just kind of give it a push on it like this. I call that the rocking push like this. Yeah, I got my own names for this. Would be the rocking cut. See that? Then you just kind of slope it down. There's our nose. Now we can remove some of this wood up top here. Round it out a bit. This is nice because it's well, it's just not blowing sawdust everywhere. So that's really about it. See that? Now you can take this wood back some more. There's some really good knife carvers on YouTube. Just Carve Rob does it. So that's it. Like, there's your nose. There's your eyebrows. That's all you need to do. Now, I'm not good at doing these cuts here. You know, like, you could go like this. I don't like traveling the knife in the wood because it could slip off, hit my hand, even though I got the glove. So that's all I'm going to do for knife carving. You know, you could cut beside the nose. But I'm much more better at carving with a Dremel than with a knife. Also down here, you can remove some of this wood. That's it. I'll do the same to the other side, then we'll fire up this Ram Micro Carver iCube. Just Carve Rob. Don't forget to email him. I don't know what he charges for these knives. I think it's like 50 bucks or something. I don't know. But they're awesome. This is my actually go-to carving knife. I'm just going to shave down the sharp edges of this. Not that anybody cares. Of this stick thing or whatever called basswood pole or whatever you want to call it, just so it's fits knife in your hand, because I'm going to take this carving glove off. Okay, so I showed you how I did that, sloped it back. You don't want the nose to stick too far off because, well, you don't want them to, if it's going to go on somebody's keys, you don't want to, I don't know, poke their leg when it's in their pocket or something. So we'll draw, this one is same as that. So there's your nose. Slopes back. Here's your eyebrows. Now we'll draw a line on the side of the nose. Okay, so we'll cut that out. We're going to run the ram carver now, and then we'll just kind of go like this, like this. This guy's nose is a little bit wide for this piece, but that's okay. It's this isn't something I want to spend too long on, but if I'm going to be doing molds of these, this is actually, if we're going to be doing molds of these, I kind of wanted to make it look somewhat kind of neat. So I did decide I want to use this. This is the Kutzall. Anybody wants? Man, I sound like a friggin' used car salesman on this video. This is the Kutzall. If anybody wants to get Kutzalls, these type of burs, go to the description below. It'll take you to the Kutzall site. You save yourself 5%. See, they're like this too. This is my favorite one. This is Kutzall Extreme. Kind of plugged up, but this is the Kutzall Extreme Flame Burr, my favorite burr right here. But this one is the silver taper burr. We'll start off with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut beside the nose. Cut beside the nose. I'll even go down here with the mustache. Do some eyebrows. And so when you cut beside the nose, you got to remove the wood beside the nose. So I'm going to do this as simple as I possibly can. Cut, cut, remove, remove. Then we'll smooth this out, cut the mustache in. So like this, like that, this is going to be like that big. That's pretty big keychain. So, you know, where would the forehead be? The forehead would be right about here. And we can take this hair down lower too, so it's not so long. And this guy's forehead is, we'll make it so it's like hair is kind of coming down here like this, that. Okay, so I'm gonna have another coffee break. Hi Liz, but I didn't say hi. Hi Amy. Hi Deb. Deb's Amy's friend. Okay, so since this doesn't create that much dust, and we'll just talk it through with my microphone. Okay, so the fan's on. This is a pretty good noise reduction microphone. That's going to get set up here with my foot pedals. Stand by. Okay, so I'm running this at 31,000 RPM. So all I'm going to do is cut along the nose, cut, and let's see if we can get a bit closer here. There's one cut, another cut. Now remove the wood beside that cut. Carve your eyes in there a little bit more. Okay. Yeah, this is basswood's somewhat fuzzy when you're doing normal carving. So there's our nose, and it's big right now. But let's let's kind of round that nose a bit. Just take your time. There's no hurry unless you got to go somewhere. Okay. So now let's just leave it simple. Let's cut this mustache, and I'm going to follow this line. Now I'm going to go to the other side and remove the wood on the outside of the mustache to get it to elevate. Fuzzy basswood. So there's our nose. Our mustache is blocked in. Now let's cut this forehead in. Okay, so there's the forehead's cut in. Now let's taper it back this way. Gotta recut those eyes in. Gotta recut those eyes in. Like underneath the eyebrow. Just go around your piece and kind of slowly shape it so you're happy. Okay, I'm gonna take some of this top of this hair off because it's too high. But you can see how hard I'm pushing and it's not stalling it. Might as well do the other side too. Sorry, I was off camera there. Okay, that can go down a little bit more, but I'll do that. That's the good thing about this bit here, because you can look. I'm stopping it with my finger. You can use the tip, or you could use the side of it to remove lots of wood. So to do your start cut, then you could use the side to remove lots of wood. Now I repeat myself. And don't feel like you have to carve as fast as I do, because it's just the way I figure things out better for myself. Okay, so now we might as well draw it on. So now you could make this lip. There's so many different ways to do the mustache. I wish I had a thinner pen, but you can give him a bottom lip, or let's just kind of go like, we'll give this guy the bottom lip. Then we'll just kind of cut this one short here. So I'm going to carve on the inside, like where my pen is. I'm going to carve there, remove some of this wood. Then I'm going to do a nice little line cut like that to give him a bottom lip in there. You know, a smaller bottom lip looks better than a bigger bottom lip. And this beard here, I'm also going to cut. This is where you could pull out your knife if you wanted to and cut there, and then chip it away. Let's go like this. So that way we know where our beard ends. Okay, so there's our beard. Now let's do this mustache. Okay, you see it's cut there? See how nice this is? It's so quiet too. Now let's remove this wood. So there's a mustache there and there. Let's remove this wood inside here. Okay, now a nice little line for the bottom lip. Just slowly removing that wood away on the inside. Now, this might not be the right burr I got on here, but you can see there's a bottom lip. So I'm going to punch in each corner of there. So this corner, then this corner, and then I'm going to round the lip. I got to take this forehead down. It's bugging me. I mean the hair. Kind of rework everything. Make sure both sides of the face. Try and mine are never the same, but try and keep them the same, like the same distance from here to here. Okay, work on the eyes a bit. Make that bridge of the nose a bit thick. Are you guys seeing this? Oh, my light just went out. Make it so you guys can get some better shadows. How's that? Kind of just make the bridge of the nose a bit thinner. You can make the nose thinner down here too. Okay, so let's split these eyebrows. So I'm going to do a cut in between the eyes and the bridge of the nose. I'm going to do a cut across here, So there we can get some elevated eyebrows. See that? Now I'm going to remove the wood in the forehead. Okay, so stand by. So boom, you can take those up, push those, carve those eyebrows a bit deeper, but there you go. Got a bottom lip in there. I know it's hard to see. This camera is really dark for some reason today. So now, since you're doing two pieces at once, you know, this, now I'm fine with this. This is all going to be hair up here. I'm fine with that. But if you look here, it's lower. So I suggest, see the noses are two, this one's lower where I'm tapping. So I just suggest draw them on the same. Well, it's not lower, but the eyebrows are lower. So this is an example. Okay, so slow down, Jordy, start over. This one looks good. Okay, I'm happy with that. His nose is a little bit long. We'll do the details later. But this one, it looks like once I put the forehead in, it's going to be a little bit too big up here. So I just want to go over something, how anybody can fix their mistake, if that makes sense. So all you have to do, because we got the nose blocked in there already, and we got the eyes kind of carved in there, the eyebrows are carved across, you just need to carve deeper. So that's all we're going to do. We're going to carve this out. We're going to make the bridge of the nose a bit longer, all right? Okay, so just extend the, so there I cut all the eyebrows away. We just extend the bridge of the nose a little bit higher and put our eyebrows there. Does that make sense to you? So we'll cut across the eyebrows. Oops. Cut across and cut it down the nose. Remove the wood beside the nose. And just slowly shape the forehead. I think for the very beginners, this guy's kind of lopsided. I think for the very beginners, it's just, it's probably easier just to do one at a time. If that makes any freaking sense. I'm just looking at this side of the forehead and that side. Okay? This guy's going to have a long nose. So now here's something else. Okay, so I said this guy's going to have a long nose. I don't know how well you guys can hear me over this carver, but this guy's going to have a long nose. It's easy to fix that. Your nose there, all you do is get your carver and carve this part of the nose away. Longer, shorter. Boom. Now this guy's gonna be Igor Wood Spirit. Igor, might be bald. Okay, so let's I hope I'm not getting too ahead of everybody here. Now let's put this mustache in. Where's the other one end? This one can end here too. Let's carve this mustache in. Sorry, that was the beard mark I did down there. See how nice this micromotor is to use? I'm going to be using it a lot more this year. Okay, so let's do a deep carve with that. Just removing the wood underneath the two wood spirits. Okay, so there's that one. Now let's give this one, make it different than the first one. So let's just kind of give this one like a ghost spirit mustache. Sorry, I'm jumping around all over the place. Okay, so I'm just going to carve in a little hole in there and then give him a bottom lip. Like he's got an open mouth. We'll deal with that more later. I'm just trying to get all the pen marks off. Okay, so deep undercut underneath that beard. And the same on the other side. Actually, that was not the best move I could have done, but that's all right. Let me get this cleaned up. I kind of rushed this one a little bit. This one probably might not have hair. We'll see. Oh, he needs to get the eyebrows carved in. So let's just do that quick. All we'll do is a cut across the top of the eyebrows, then remove some of the wood. You don't really need to do this step. You can just carve the eyebrows the way they are. Now we'll split them. Okay. So there's this one's going to be bald, and this one's going to have hair. So that's two different types there. So, but you can see how this guy's lips open, and it kind of goes like this. And this guy's just kind of got a serious lip. Now, Coffee break. Hope this video is not boring for you. This will be the bald head fellow, and this one will be the one with the hair. So I'm not the best at the little carvings like this. This is just more carve. I'm not the best at little carvings like this. This is just carve more style than me. So you guys want to learn how to do little things like this with your knives and Dremels and stuff like that. Just carve Rob's probably better to watch. So now do you want to give this? So our cut line's going to be here. We can draw that on, even though we'll carve it off. So we'll have two. You can even make this one thing if you want. Draw that on. It gets, like I said, it gets a little bit confusing. So maybe the very beginning wood carvers will want to cut it down. You got a little bandsaw or a little saw, put it in a vise and cut it down like that first. So then you have two full pieces that are already done, if that makes sense to you. So you want to give this guy a beard. So just carve Rob rolls his. I just kind of go like this. I cut it in there, and then I extend the beard from down here, down like this, and like that, and then the beard hairs will be all down here and here too. So I think I'm not too sure about what burrs to use. Like I said, because I said I don't use that much little carvings, but I might try these metalworking burrs. You get these on Amazon. Sets at 20 for like, I don't know, 15 bucks. I'm gonna find one that has the. Okay, so let's see. There's some footballs in here, like this one right here. This little tiny football. I'm gonna use that. This one's not. It doesn't have a pointy end, but there's one in here that does have a pointy end, like that right there. This one's pointy. I don't like the pointy ends because it leaves little scuffs in there. I like the ones with the duller ends, not so pointy. Anyways, well, first of all, we can cut that boom, boom, and then I'll kind of round off the face. I'm not going to try and give this guy crazy cheekbones and stuff because, well, like I said, okay, and just kind of round that off a bit, round the face off a bit. Get rid of those pen marks. Let me crank this up maximum. The faster this thing's spinning, the least marks it will leave on your wood. So that's better, like, it's not so fuzzy. It's spinning faster. All right, so we got some kind of, oh, we need to do this side too. Kind of just round off the face. I took this in a little bit too thin. That's all right. See what I mean? Too thin there. I went in too much this way. I should have did it more and down, but that's fine. Okay, so let's put in one of this little football burr. Push your burr in, take it out. And we got the little football one here. See how well this works. This is actually pretty fuzzy basswood. Okay, it's locked in there good. Now, let's try this. Do some beard hairs here. Yeah, it's cut nice and clean. Get in the lip there, separate the lip from the mustache, do a little cut in there, boom. Little cut here on this side, boom. That was one of my first pet peeves when I started wood carving, seeing the lip attached to the, got to do this beard a little bit better here. Fix the eyebrows a bit. And just kind of go around and, so the nose. I know lots of you struggle with noses. These aren't going to have real ice. Let's do the beard hair and stuff. We'll probably have to carve them in again. Some more. Oops. This basswood is heavier than the bark, so it's not so dusty. Okay, so his hair, let's just kind of bring it up and over. So this might be hard to follow. Oops. Oops. I'm just kind of weighing the hair. And we need to do... Well, we could touch it up when we cut it in half. Split those eyebrows a little bit more. Make the bridge of the nose a bit thinner. Could put some little age lines up here. Okay, so the nose. I'm gonna get a pencil for this. See if we have a pencil here. Stand by. Well, all I could find is this red pencil. So the nostrils, I just kind of go like this, and then bring it down like this, and then bring it down here. And do a deep cut in there. Not too deep, but deep enough. I already got the nose shaped, so it's like a triangle. See that first? You do that first. It makes it easier to do the nose. Okay, there's one side. You can push that mustache back a bit. Now remove the wood to get the nostrils to come out. I try to make sure both sides of the bottom of the nose is the same. Take the bridge of that nose down if you want more, make it slope back. Then we can redo our beard hairs, our mustache hairs, sorry. That's pretty well good enough for me. Clean up that bottom lip. Yeah, so I think I'm going to have to cut this. So I'm not going to give this fellow real eyes. Let's do the nostril. So all I do is push up and in under. Okay, so there's our nostrils in there. Now I just kind of give them a little bit of a, actually I gotta fix this side of the nose. Give them a little bit of a flare on the outside of the nostrils. Like, look how much work goes in this just for a little friggin' keychain. Just because it's a small carving doesn't mean it's less work. I'm not really a huge fan of doing little carvings like this. Trying to even out both those sides. So his hair needs do a little undercut underneath the hair here. Separate it from the. Some of this stuff I've learned from Kevin over there at Sticks and Stones. Now, no boy. Same thing with this nose. Make your triangle. Your nostril. Over and down. Now remove that wood. Okay, same thing for the nostrils. This is what's going to be trickier because oops. Oh yeah, I just shit in the bed on this one. Yeah, this guy's gonna have funny nostrils. Made it. This guy's kind of got a bent nose. Okay, so let's I'm not gonna bother epoxy pouring these ones. Actually, the eyes. Give this guy some age lines with the tip. Man, that's the grain's all weird here. Okay, I'm just gonna do a little bit of an undercut there. Underneath the eyes. I'm pushing underneath the eyebrow. That's how I do the no eye bullshit. Here we can give them some little details here. Give them eyebrows with this, the eyebrow hair things. As long as you're having fun, that's the most important thing. Man, why am I getting stuck in this corner there? And same with, well, this one, let's just make it look like, okay, so here we go. Here's the good one. Here's the whatever one. So let's just make like kind of round balls in there. We'll see if we can just wing it. That's how I do my eyes the best. I just kind of carve a little ball, man, then you switch over to the other side. This is probably not a good idea. Can I remove the wood away from that little ball in there? But it's so hard to show and do with this wood because it's so fuzzy. I'm just trying to make it so it looks like there's eyes there, like realistically. Or you can make it so he's sleeping. Give him sleeping eyes. And just run around and clean it up, you know, like. Oops. Now we're getting out of hand here. So let's just cut out these eyes. That's when you really want to take your time, is when you're doing the eyes, and that's a perfect demonstration of how not to rush the eyes. But you can try it, and if it doesn't work out, just look. I'm really fighting with this side of the bucket. Good enough for me. Okay, let's give this guy some. If anybody's even still watching this video. Okay, enough of that nonsense. Take the eyebrows down a bit. I don't know. I just don't know. So I'm going to hook up some Scotch-Brite on the sanding mandrel thing and clean it up. I just don't know. Who knows? Okay, so here's Scotch-Brite on a sanding mandrel. Here's a worn out one I got on my Dremel. Turn your Dremels down for this. Okay, so I started slicing it in half. Let's see here. I don't know if you guys can see, but there's a little slice. There you go. See that slice? And it started going off, like not down properly. And then I broke the little thing on it, the little saw blade thing. This is the jeweler's saw, and so I said screw it. So I got these little wall tile cutter bits. I'll get the small one, and I'll cut it on one side, then I'll cut it on another side. I suggest for anybody to split the wood down the middle first, so you get two triangle pieces, because that's the way I did it. It's kind of a pain in the ass. I should leave it just like that, but I'm like, what? I'm going to cut it in half. But first of all, I'm going to finish eating this walnut treat thing here, drink some coffee, and have a puff of a cigarette. Huh? You got this muffin here with the walnuts on it, and then the stuff in there, and then the bread? Huh? Probably not. Okay, so let's wrap up this shit show. So yeah, my suggestion is slice the whole piece down. Don't be a Geordie. It would make the piece a lot easier to do. But there it is. I signed it on the back, just a little J there. And so like if you would have cut the piece, fuck's sakes. Here's this one all done. Like I said, slice that piece down the middle any which way you can before you start carving it. Then you could carve like 1, 2, maybe even 3 on the piece, but I'd say 2 would be good. So one piece of wood like that, you'll get 4 pieces because you got the 2 triangles and you slice it. So here is the keychain holder thing that I got off of Amazon. Unfortunately, I bought the cheapest one I could get. Well, not unfortunately, but let me adjust this microphone. This thing was like, I don't know, $10, man. There's like 1,000. There's like 100, 200 different types of keychains. You got a bigger one here. You got the middle one. You got this, and you got that. So, excuse me. This wood's so soft, you don't have to pre-drill it. Here's a little screw piece that I got. I don't know if I need to be showing this, but you just kind of, well, actually, basswood, I think, is labeled as hardwood, believe it or not. It would be nice to pre-drill it, but I didn't have a little drill bit that small, so this is what you get. So there's that. Now, this is why, like, maybe you might want to spend some money and buy a better one because you got this little clamp here. See that? So you just put this on here. Let's use a smaller one. I don't think you need that big one. So you got the little gap in this thing here, right? Why I say maybe buy better quality ones because this is soft steel, and so you need to get that on there. Then you need to put it on this. This is soft steel, and it might be. I got little bullshit needle nose pliers here. I don't know why I can't find my straight ones, but whatever. So there, it's clamped on. There's no gap. So this might stretch out and you might lose your bit. But there you go. There's a little Curve Infusion friggin' keychain. I'm going to send you some of these just carved, Rob. Got lots of the stuff, so because I won't use it all, and I know that you like making stuff for your mom, and you're good at these little tiny carvings, which I'm not. It doesn't look bad, but I just prefer to carve bigger things. My eyes aren't good enough to do something like this all the time. So here's let's just put this away. So here's something that we like to do here at Carve Infusion. We got an envelope here. We're going to put some squiggly lines on here just to prove, well, this pen's dead. Need to find a friggin' standby. I put the tape on it because, well, the licky thing for the envelope's not very good. So let's do standby. Bye. Okay, so that's what I wrote on there. So inside this envelope is a piece of cardboard, and I put a number inside of it. Now, whoever comments, leave below where you live. You don't have to. But whoever comments with a number between 1 and 150, whoever guesses the correct number first, I'm going to mail this to you. Might as well. I really don't care. And here's the other one that I did. Whatever. Sign it. And here's another one that I did. This one is ebony out of the pen blanks. Signed it. So there's the size difference. So, actually, truthfully, I would much rather carve this ebony than this basswood when you're getting into small stuff like this. Let's give you a just carved Rob side view. Yeah, I sure would. because it doesn't get fuzzy. I hate carving fuzzy wood. It's just a thing I don't like to carve. So I think those pen blanks are actually pretty pretty good to carve the keychain wood spirits. First of all, this thing I had to pre-drill it. Then I had to crazy glue it in because I just tried screwing this little thing, and it broke. That's when I said, okay, well, this is shitty steel. So I pre-drilled it, put a little bit of crazy glue in there, CA glue, and then that's that. Anyways, whatever. This is for the lucky winner. I might as well send both of these things. I really don't give a shit. You can give it to you can friggin' hang it on your Christmas tree if you want. So I'll send these, and I carved this. I carved a little eagle head thing, if you want to call it that, in this knife. And I signed it. I'm not going to write Jordy Johnson on here. There's a kind of eagle head thing. His beak's kind of a bit down, but it's what I had to work with. It's what I did. I could cut this off and then recarve the beak, but I'm going to leave it like that. Because it kind of, when your hand's on it, kind of gives you a little grip, even though I can't bend my pinky finger. So I'm going to give this stuff away. Why not? It's easy to do. So whoever, I'll ship it worldwide. I would also like to thank those, and don't be like expecting a friggin' world-class keychain here. These things are things that I tried to do super fast, but they're all right. I'll ship worldwide, so you get the knife. I took that name off there. Put a better name there. You get the knife and these two wood spirits. I'm going to send this one to Just Carve Rob. You can put it on his keychain. There's Just Carve Rob side view. Yeah, that's ebony wood or something. Good luck, everybody. And carve whatever you want. I carved this so fast. This guy looks like he's swooshing down too. Look at one eye's higher than the other. Doesn't matter. You only look at one side at a time. Okay, bye. Good luck. When somebody picks the right number between 100 and 150, I will make a little video saying the winner is, if they even want the pieces.